All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about these midterms, okay? So if you have questions, I will take them all. Come on. What the heck? Ah, what just happened? No. Okay, there we go. If you have any questions, let's take them at the very end. Okay, let me kind of go through all of this, talk about how midterms are going to look like in this class, and then we'll do this. Okay, so first of all, we have midterms. Because this is a high school class, you have the midterm. The definition of a midterm is basically one test, okay? And it kind of talks like it's one test to go over everything you've learned so far this year. So we're going to start from chapter 1 and we ended with chapter 6. So we're going to go from chapter 1 all the way to chapter 6. So this midterm is going to be like from, September information all the way until now. Now, what I want you to realize is this one test is 10% of your overall grade. What does that mean? It doesn't mean that you're going to take this test and you're going to, it's not going to be averaged in with your second 9-week score. So you have your first 9-week score. Let's say you got a 90. That's 40% of your overall semester grade. Then you have your second 9-week score. So let's say you got like an 80 or whatever. So that's 40% of your overall average grade. Now you have your midterm. Do you see how your midterm, this one test, is in a category all by itself? So 40 plus 40 is 80. And obviously I can't do math. So this is 45 plus 45 is 90, and then 90 plus 10 is 100. So this is 100% of your semester average. So I'm going to take your average from the first 9 weeks, average from the second 9 weeks, average of your midterm, that one test score, and then it's going to be one grade that's going to show up on your report card for the colleges to see. That's like the one number. So on your high school transcript, it'll say algebra, semester 1, and then whatever score you got, whatever overall score you got. Did you get a 90? Did you get an 80? Did you get a 70? Whatever the average is. Okay. So any questions so far as to what I said? Not in terms of scheduling, not in terms of whatever, just in terms of this information. Read, yes?
The midterm can't really be a bad grade then, because it would still be, so if you got like a 60, it would still be 10% or 60.
Yeah, so Reed is saying you can't really get that bad of a grade. You can't fail your midterm. That's exactly right. You really should be trying to do as best as you can. Now, like if you had like 100 and 100% here for your averages, then if you got a 60, you're still going to pass the class, right? You might end up with like a B or a C plus in the class, but you'll still pass. But if you have like a 75 and an 85, I would definitely at least try to pass. Okay. Because the thing is, if you fail, it's 10% of your grade. So it does bring it down a little bit. Not like a ton, but it still brings it down because it is one test is 10% of your whole average grade. Is there another question just about this stuff? Okay, so let's move on then. So what does that look like for our schedule this week and next week? So today is Monday, and this is the rest of our week. Okay, so Monday, today, we're going to do midterm review part 1. Tuesday, we're going to do review part 2. Wednesday, we're going to do review part 3. So do you see how we're doing 3 days of review this week? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And then starting on Thursday, we're actually going to take the midterm part 1. Friday, actually take the midterm part 2. And then the following Monday, next week, Monday, midterm take it part 3. So the reason why there's so many parts is because we want you to be able to finish it in class. You're not taking this midterm home. Okay, obviously if you're at home, then you're taking it at home, but you're not doing it after school. Okay, that's what I mean. You're not doing it after school. You're not doing it over the weekend or whatever. It must be completed in class and it has to be done in class. So these tests are only going to be 15 questions, 15 questions, and 10 questions. All of it multiple choice. Okay, part 1 is 15 questions, part 2 is 15 questions. Actually, I think part 3 is only 9 questions, not 10 questions. Okay, they have to be done in class. So if you already know that you're going to be absent on next or this Thursday, this Friday, or next Monday, like you're not going to be in class, you need to tell me as soon as possible so that we can find a time before school or something for you to be able to take your midterm, because it's not going to be open for you to be able to like click and just take it, during fifth period. You can only take it during, what is it? It's second period. Okay. Now, if you know you're going to be absent, Thursday, and you have like fifth period office aid, sure, you can take it fifth period office day, but we have to have this scheduled so I know to open up the test because I'm going to hide it so that the rest of the class can't see it. So when we take these tests, it's going to be on Schoology, it's going to be multiple choice, and it's going to be only during your class period. Okay, are there any questions with that? Yes.
Wait, so is there 3 different tests?
Yeah. So there's 3 different tests, but what we're going to do is we're going to be averaging them. So like, let's say this is 15 questions, right? So let's say you got 2 wrong, so you got 13 points. This is 15 questions. Let's say you got 2 wrong, so you got 13 points. This is 9 questions. So let's say you got all of them right, so you got 9 points. So for me to calculate your one test score, I'm going to do 13 plus 9 divided by 49. Does that make sense? So it's one score, but we're taking it over 3 days to make sure you can finish it in class. So the tests are, you only get 1 attempt, right? You don't take retakes on midterms. So you get 1 attempt. It is not resumable because it's on Schoology, so it's not resumable. And it's done at the end of the period. You got to close it, submit it, and then you're done with that part for that day. Someone said that they're going to be absent on one of these days. So if you told me just now that you're going to be absent, then just make sure that you email me or you stay after class or come during go time and let's talk about when you can make up that 1 day's worth of midterm. Yes, Cameron.
When do we know what grade you got?
When do you know what grade you got? Probably Monday after school, because I don't know what your total average is until you finish part 3, right? So I would probably say Tuesday, just because, I don't know, some people might have to take it after school or something. So, yes, Reed?
Do we know what we get on each part?
You know what you get on each part. If you really are dying to know how many questions you got wrong, I can tell you, you can email me and I can tell you what your score was. But realize it's not your final score because it has to be averaged in with the other questions, the other parts. Is there another question? Okay, so I realize that this is kind of stressful. This is probably the first time in your entire life that you're taking a midterm. Okay, you've never done this before, and this is a really weird year because, well, it's, a COVID year. So everything is kind of just okay, so this is how we are going to make this less stressful for you. First of all, your midterm is open note. Okay, so don't lose your notes. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say to you. We have a review. Okay, it's all on Schoology. I did not print or make any copies for the in-person kids because I didn't want it to be unfair. I feel like it's already unfair for kids who are at home, who don't have printers and who have to use Kami because they don't have a choice and they can't get it printed out. Obviously, it's a little bit easier if you see it in front of you. So I'm trying to make this as even and as fair as I can, all the algebra teachers are, for all of you. So if you have a printer at home, sure, you can print it, okay, but not all of us do. So that's why I'm giving everyone an even playing field. All of your midterm review is online, on Schoology, okay? So you are going to be submitting your review so that I can see if you're doing them or not, but just either take a picture if you have a printer at home or submit it through Kami, whatever you want to do, okay? But these are the things that you can use. So midterm part 1, you probably want to use that on Thursday. Midterm part 2 review, you want to use it on Friday, right? Wednesday's review, you want to use it on Monday. Yes, Tessa?
Do we have to only use the music when we use our old video notes?
So Tessa's asking, can you use your old video notes or any other level work or whatever? Honestly, I would say no. I think you're going to be wasting your time trying to dig through all that stuff. And I will tell you why. I'm going to show you your test and your review right now. Well, not right now, but in 2 minutes. And you'll see why this review, it looks almost exactly word for word like your actual test, okay? Tessa, I just don't want you to spend 3 minutes trying to look for our video notes and then lose 3 minutes in the test time because you only have 1 class period. Is there another question, online or in-person, kids? Yes, Mason? Okay, so let's, I'll help you with that in a minute, okay? So I'm going to stop recording because